where we interview real people telling real truths and stories. The overall objective here is to break the negative narratives that plague our communities and minds. The biggest one we aiming to attack is that there are no more good men and women out here. Stand-up men and women. The men and women we actually need in positions to help change our community for the better.
For me, those are like dot connectors. I'm like, oh, okay. So if I go about it this way, using these principles and connecting it these ways and being accountable these ways, this has to work, because not only is this like a good thing to do, it's a law. So it's all fake. It's all BS.
So after that, you said like that day, you was like, okay, I'm finna go start my LLC that day.
Yes. I went home and I was like, I'm gonna dive into it. And I dove into it, and it was like, as an African proverb popped up in my head, it's like, never test life puddles with both feet. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
So it's like, we definitely want to leave legacies and all that, but if we don't know what game we playing, if we don't know the rules, we don't know how to follow the rules of running good business practices, then there's no point of having this money, because it's going to do more harm than good.
Boom. Welcome back. Thank you all for joining us to another episode of No Flex Podcast. Yes. I'm excited because we are in the beginning stages of the new vamping of the podcast. So you one of the first few podcasts I get to, test out and experiment on right before I really lock in and see, okay, this is exactly how we're doing this. So I'm excited.
All right, all praises, man.
Thank you for sitting down with me, sir.
I appreciate you, man. Yes. Respect. All praises, man. Definitely appreciate it. It's an honor, man, for real. Like, because I definitely believe in what you're doing.
Thank you.
I see, like, you got everything set up in here. You're taking full advantage of what's been given to you, and like, man, I'm seeing what's going, because I see the work you putting in and the seeds you plant, and I see, man, it has to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? It has to go forward.
Thank you.
Just continue to be consistent and accountable, and that's what you're doing. So that's why we're here. That's why I want to be here. If you're doing this, I need to be here. Because I need this, man. You're gonna bring me along too, man. People helping people.
I'll tell you, look, I always say you can feel the genuinity or genuineness of a person just off of the actions that they take. So that's why you look at Asians, or Chinese people, or any type of Asian person, when they conduct business, they don't just initially send that money up front. You feel me? They vet you for a year or so. One thing I heard is like 10 years they'll sit and just watch you and just interact with you and just hang out with you before they do any dollar exchange between you. And that's to feel you out, to see what you really talk about and what you're doing. So I like to take that same approach, because once you have once a person feel you, then you got them locked in, and then it's really hard to miscommunicate because y'all on that same wavelength.
Yeah, so, I agree. Yes, I agree. Yes. That definitely, and it's affirming, man, and confirming for like my practices in life I'm putting forward. I'm a very spiritual person, God-fearing person. I'm not unapologetic about it, and I'm not like a Bible thumper. In fact, I might Bible thump a Bible thumper. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all about love. It's just, look at it like, look at the word of God like a driving manual. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I'm learning, it's like, that don't mean you won't get lost. That don't mean you won't have an accident. That don't mean you won't get a flat tire. That don't mean, you know what I'm saying, you can't get carjacked. It's just showing you, hey, if these are the rules and how to read the signs, and you can go as fast as you want, but this is what we've all agreed to if you're going to take part in this. So,
okay.
And it is what it is. Either the rules or the consequences. That's everything in life. In order to know what you're doing, you got to know what you're playing. So you better study the rules.
Hey, I like that analogy. I really do. That really sums up. Like, if you had to break that down to a younger person, that mean you probably practiced on that.
I probably have. I don't even know, bro. Like, all praises most. That's how it comes to me.
I know you. Yeah. We've been interacting for about a year now.
Yeah.
So for my supporters and my fans, what is your name, sir?
My name is William White III. I'm I'm owner of and founder of WWiii Art LLC.
Okay.
But everybody call me Joe because that's my middle name. So Joseph, but yeah.
Okay,
I go, the Joe. I typically say like the Joe just to let people know. It's a lot of Joes.
So would Joe be like Lil Joe?
Not Le Joe, like the Joe. I'd be
the
like,
Joe.
The Joe. Out of all the Joes, I'm the Joe.
Like, so would that be like your artist name, or would that be like the name?
Probably. Okay. It probably would be. Like, I really don't have an artist name, but I'm under that company. I will go like, well, my artist name would be Joseph White.
Okay.
Because that's how I sign my pictures. I sign my pictures Joseph White.
Okay.
So it's actually a J, and you'll see some scribble. And the W is like, the Roman numeral 3.
Okay.
So a lot of people often think World War III when they see my stuff, which is good. I want that because for me, this is, I take this seriously. I'm serious about being passionate, or I'm passionate about being serious, I should say. Like I'm one of those, without getting too artsy-fartsy, like I'm one of those oxymorons, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the loudest mute, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of deal. So like, I really enjoy those types of perplexities and just back and forth, just balances of life. Those things are really cool. So like, even when you're saying like working with people and filling them out for like a year, like I love to see those type of things and like, all right, where can I find that in, like what I was talking about, the scriptures, the Bible? Like, all right, what does it say about this? It said, test the spirits, try a friend, approve them, show yourself friendly first. You know what I'm saying? Like those things. Like, so, yeah, like,
okay,
without going, too far off on a lot of tangents, because I'm a tangent guy.
Look, I'll be letting you talk because
I appreciate it, man.
On my listening. So
I appreciate that.
So what we doing here today is I kind of briefly went over it with you. I wanted to still be a surprise because that's the angle I wanted to take. Like, dang, I wasn't expecting to have this deep of a conversation. But
I like it.
Basically, on No Flex Podcast, what we're doing now is sitting down with small businesses, nonprofits, entertainer, artists, really people in the St. Louis area who's starting up a business, who's scaling it up. And, every business has their challenges. So we just want to sit down, have that conversation, and, either be a resource for you or either be somewhat of a consultant to maybe help get you on a direction or an angle that you may have not thought of before.
Yes.
And the inspiration is because, like I've said on the other podcast, I'm the business development coordinator here at the Heartland St. Louis Black Chamber of Commerce.
Right on, man.
Officialized that last month or so ago.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I'm also an accountant, graduating with my bachelor's in accounting this May.
All right.
I just passed my life insurance producer exam, so we sell life insurance.
Yeah, man. You gotta get me together then, man.
Social media marketing. That's why I got the podcast.
All right.
Do that. And we got the brand. That's really the brand is what I started off with. That's what before that I had a cleaning service, but the brand is what really threw me into this entrepreneurship. And so I'm not letting that go. So we still selling affirmations on clothes, hoodies, shirts, pants. And we also have candles that I've been specializing in that people really love. So I'm gonna start plugging those into these as advertisements. So all that's in the works. So
cool, man. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah. So I use all the things I just listed as credentials for, sitting down with other small businesses and nonprofits and artists to let you know, like, even though I'm young, I still do this, and I got receipts. I got all those things to show you, like, I really do this business stuff. So this will be a really productive conversation.
This is good, because I'm a transparent person. Full disclosure, I'm a little older. I don't, and I'm trying to learn how to do this better. So it's like, yeah, man, better. Like, I've been working for people. You know what I'm saying? That's how they want me to be. Like, that's how I was judged in my life.
I call it the modern day slavery.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, get a good job and work 9 to 5 and support, man. After these people done created inflation and you're working and you're still doing the same thing and inflation is happening and you're literally doing the same thing and the rate of pay is not going up. But the work is increasing and everything else is increasing in those things. It's like, absolutely, it's not right. It's not right. I'll just say it like that. It's not right. And it causes people to point unnecessary fingers and give people unjust treatment.
How so? How do you mean?
If every day you have done the same thing for 20 years and the inflation rate is, let's just say, I don't know, you're only making $7 and the inflation rate every year, you know what I'm saying? The cost of eggs is going up 50 cents every year. At a certain point, you're working, you know what I'm saying? You can't even afford those eggs because every year, it's going up and you're not getting the same rate of pay. It's not increasing. Or they make you feel bad for asking for a raise. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. It's like how people have been trained. The training is wrong.
Well, how? And this is a conversation.
Greed. Yeah, I know. I like. It's just, man.
I like having this conversation.
Yeah, because I don't want to.
We could jump into it.
I want to be structured about it, and I don't.
Look, this is an open dialogue.
Okay.
So yeah, because if it was more structured, I'm gonna have a segment to where I am really structured with it and sitting down. But that's gonna be more of a group setting. We're gonna have a whiteboard to go over all that. This is just because I realize, because I have dope conversations all day about business. And I realized I need to start getting these on paper. I mean, getting these on video. So so this is just that, But yeah, we can go off on tangents. I can always edit this. But I like having that conversation. And I would like to have this conversation on camera. I think people get what you just described with capitalism, right?
And see, I don't know all the terms, so I might be describing something in a long roundabout way that you can just say, I guess if that's capitalism. The way that capitalism is, it can be wrong, but it also can be right if it's done correctly.
I agree.
Crypto. I don't think that there's anything wrong with crypto. I think that it can be. You know what I'm saying? If what you're doing is how you're using it. Like everything else, currency, it's just currency.
Okay.
And so it's the principle of money. Money is just for the exchange of goods or services. You know what I'm saying?
See, and that's more of a that's in my opinion a citizen's mindset. You feel me? I'm a businessman, so it's money is way more. I'm not saying money rules life, but you can invest, you can leverage, you can do all type of stuff.
Yes.
Other than just goods and services, and
true.
I feel like that's part of the training and conditioning of urban our urban communities, because we only limit ourselves to view money as that. And that's why we spend and don't be able to scale up and do other things we need to do with the money, because once you start seeing money as a vehicle for investments to scale up and grow, you can make even a job turn into something that blow your brand up or blow you up, because those paychecks you're not using to just pay bills. You're not using to just get food. You're not just, you feel me?
Yeah,
and once we step outside of that and see capitalism as a tool rather than a war.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah, I agree.
Stepping into some different conversations.
Okay. So I like how you said that. And so I agree with what you're saying. And I definitely believe, like I was telling you earlier, in my roundabout way, because I don't have all the terms and stuff. So you seem very knowledgeable in that. So that's why I appreciate, just what you just, helping me out or whatnot, helping me close, and getting my thoughts together quicker and being more efficient. When I'm meaning exchange is the actual definition of just exchange. from a scriptural standpoint, there is nothing like from a material standpoint, it even says money is the best defense. In Ecclesiastes, the wisest man Solomon that ever lived, richest, wisest guy. I think he's like third or fourth king of Israel or something like that. He, dude was very wise. So, which his gold, I think, is still on the same. It's like in the stock market, still being traded today. Mm. If Vatican don't have it all, but that's another topic. Like, or London or whoever, But yeah, it's interesting, as you say, in vehicles and being able to still do those things. And I mean like what you're saying, because it's for an exchange. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of however you look, I still have to have it to give it to you. Or unless we're going to do something called credit, or which barter. Steals, or barter, which still, even with credit, that's based off the principle of having a good name. You know what I'm saying? Because above all of even the money and the bartering and all that is a good name.
Exactly.
So that's tied into the brand.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like spiritual matters, I have been able to have something tangible, or like more things that have been put in place, structures and terms and definitions that you guys like so elegantly put to like be able to like connect them. For me, those are like dot connectors. I'm like, oh, okay. So if I go about it this way, using these principles and connecting it these ways and being accountable these ways, this has to work, because not only is this like a good thing to do, it's a law. So it's, you know what I'm saying? Right, so like,
that part,
like rate of exchange is still, what's the root? Exchange. I'm giving you something, you're giving me something at a rate.
Exactly.
So I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with that because I know that's a real thing. It's how is it going to be used? The two parties, do they have the right character? You know what I'm saying? And are we going to be consistent with this, and for how long? And is this just going to benefit us, or can we use this to benefit everybody else that, you know what I'm saying, like the whole community?
See, and you going down the right train of thought.
Yeah.
Because those are the type of questions you should be asking yourself when you're starting up your business.
Yes.
When you sitting there, you thinking like, man, I don't want to keep working this job.
Exactly.
I want to do something else that can replace this job. These are the type of thoughts and questions you should be asking. So my first question for you is, what inspired you to start your business?
Time. I realize time is the most important thing. There is nothing better or worse than time. Because it pays, it literally pays to have all of it, and you can't. So that's what we get compensated for. Time. I'm sick of it. I don't want to be compensated like that for my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I want my time compensated by me running my own company.
What was the breaking point?
Not having enough things that were being I was compromising myself for time. I don't like to compromise anymore. The Messiah didn't compromise.
Yeah.
So you can cooperate. There's a difference. I'm not compromising. Even in the real word of compromise, if you're sleeping in your house with your family and someone busts through the door, what is that called? You've been compromised.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So no, we can cooperate. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that by in the sense, like, even now, if compromise, I could be wrong, but this is just my understanding, and you know what I'm saying, I could be off. But this is why, like, for me, having that understanding of what really the true meaning of what compromising is, I can't do that anymore. I want to have it on my own terms. Not saying that I won't go out and still, you know what I'm saying, work. Like, no, because we're commanded to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, no, I'm not trying to be lazy or nothing like that, but no. I'm going to find enjoyment in the work that I am going to do, and I'm going to build this work for myself. It doesn't even have to be for my family.
So what made you connect producing and selling art to that train of thought? How did you connect that?
This is the part where I'll probably get in trouble for saying this because it'd be reckless.
Oh snap!
White people.
Oh, that.
I'm just saying, like, seeing growing up, and I was, you know, like the little cartoons and stuff, how they be having the art, the cat burglars and all that. You see these red tape auctions, and people are holding up. You see the big scribble stuff. Like, this is trash. And it's going for millions of dollars. Maybe they're embezzling, you know, maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater. I just see it. I don't even know if it's real or not, but I'm like, if art, you put the value on art on what you believe it is. So if I believe, you know what I'm saying, that these sunglasses are worth $1 million, and there's roughly 8 billion people in the world, right? 6 billion people don't believe that this is $1 billion. Or, you know what I'm saying, the price of the glass, what I say, $1 million? Yeah. 6 billion people on this earth, like, that ain't worth that. But 1 billion people believe, and they willing to give me that, who's mad? So that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I look at art.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a lane for everybody and everything. And if those people in those positions believe in it that much and they're willing to give all their energy to it, then go. Like me and you, we believe in what we're doing right now so much that we are taking time out, not being around our loved ones, possibly having our families compromised. You know what I'm saying? Because we believe in the work that we're putting forward will put us in a better situation down the road.
Yeah.
So it's about belief under all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the law is we know we have to work. But we believe that the work that we're doing will lead to better benefits.
Yeah,
it's going to suit us better, you know what I'm saying, than just the paycheck from working 9 to 5 to now pay for inflated eggs. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like, nah, man, it's more to life than that.
So, when did you officially establish your LLC?
2016.
Okay.
2016.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah. Since 2016 to now, what are some unique challenges that you face, and how did you overcome them?
The unique challenges I overface, and it's still the one thing I did overcome is time structure, or just having the ability to not be impacted how society feels I should move. Like that took a lot of years of unlearning because I had a lot of thin skin.
Okay.
And so, like, when you're coming out getting your business, you got to have thick skin because you're out here on your own. Like, your stuff trash, bro. And be okay with, like, nah, dog, you ain't never done this before. So it's gonna be trash, like, not. And when I'm saying it's gonna be trash, I don't mean like.
You mean it's going to be under the value you estimate?
Yeah, it's not like,
because you put a lot of personal.
Yes, it's like doing push-ups. It's like doing push-ups. It's like running laps. It's like doing anything that you're not consistent with, that you know that if you keep doing, it's going to make you better.
Exactly. Your first 2 laps gonna be horrible.
You're gonna be horrible. Like, it's simple because all you got to do is keep running.
So, okay, what did you start off doing? Did you start off just creating art and then trying to sell it on Facebook or something, or did you go straight into like, okay, let me professionally do this art stuff through art shows and vendings and stuff like that?
I went to school. And
in 2016.
Yeah, I went to art school. It was the Art Institute of St. Louis. They are no longer here, but I love that place. When they first came through, they were really trying. I don't know what happened, but you know, I had a lot of life experiences myself spiritually that were impacting my job. Seeing, you know, just like outside, seeing the rate of Black men die on camera increased. Okay, you know, like that was very traumatic for me. Especially at the time, Tamir Rice, the young boy that, you know, the cops rolled up on.
At the park and stuff?
Yeah. My son was the same age, and I was supposed to see him that summer, and I didn't. And, you know, just seeing that on, I was like, that could have been my son. You know what I'm saying? That's when it hit. It's like, this is stupid. I'm working 9 to 5. I'm not happy. I don't have the things I want in life. And that's just like that side of the coin. Because on the other side of the coin, you know, I have a beautiful lady in my life. You know what I'm saying? I am working and getting things built for myself together. But, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't at the rate that I would want. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's always, you know, perspective is key. And you have to be able to step back and be like, okay, this is bad. Yes. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is bad and this is good. However, what are you going to do now?
So what were some of the things starting off that was good, and then
doing the LLC? Because I didn't know. I had just learned about. I had just learned that America was a corporation because I was working for the government. I was working for the USDA.
So that's it. America is a corporation.
Yeah, America is a corporation.
Entity. It's a corporation.
It's an entity. Look all of that up. They got, like, you can go. They got universal code stuff like UCC or USC. All those things. It's at the library.
You can sue America.
Yeah. You definitely can. But yeah, so I learned all of those things. I started learning those things because I was working at the USDA off a page. In that center at the time. It was cool, man. Like, you got to, like, do your own hours and stuff at the time. Like, it was real straight. And I was like calling farmers. I was a phone enumerator. And I would call the farmers and I would ask, like, you know, like just their crops and it's like census for the crops, agriculture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they would show us films on these things. So I'm learning about our food. Learning that, you know, it's only like well under 3% of people grow all of our food. That's crazy. So how do they regulate all of that?
So how did you connect that with your LLC? Starting your LLC.
So it was like the Matrix, like the scene in the Matrix when Neo finally took like the red pill and he dived down and he got picked up by the Nebuchadnezzar or whatever. And, you know, first time all of that was happening to him, he's like, oh, he's going to pop. Pop. And it was literally like that, or figuratively like that for me. Well, like, I couldn't go back to work because I was getting physically sick being in there. And I was because I knew what it was. And I was like, I can't be a part of this anymore. It's all fake. It's all BS.
So after that, you said like that day, you was like, okay, I'm finna go start my LLC that day.
Yes. I went home and I was like, I'm gonna dive into it. And I dove into it, and it was like, as an African proverb popped up in my head, you know, it's like, never test life puddles with both feet. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, and it was. And you know, I thank God for that though, because, you know, as they say, you know, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger.
So when you LLC the your business, what type of business experience or background did you have at the time?
None at all. None at all. However, like I told you, the reason why I did it is because I learned about public and private at the time too. I learned that America was a corporation, and then I started learning about like the sectors or the veil.
Okay.
Private, public.
Yeah.
And so, you know, how people might call church and state, those type of things, you know, that language and stuff. So it's like, oh, all right. I started to understand, you know, Black Law's Dictionary, started to get down in those things, started to understand why they have King James Bible and 1611. And you start, oh, they did this. It's wild. There's a lot of conspiracies about it. And then there's a lot of like hard facts. And then there's a lot of opinions.
So you was like, these businesses over here, you was like, I'm sitting up here working for the government when these businesses over here is making millions of dollars. I need to tap into that.
Yes.
Okay.
But not feeling like I'm doing what they're doing.
Okay.
And not selling my soul or compromising my soul in the same thing where it's like, we're already in it. You know what I'm saying? We're in the system.
So how did you structure that through your business?
I tried to
like, okay, what was the first thing you like after you LLC?
It was like low key, like, okay, like full disclosure. I did like I was like, all right, straw man theory stuff, right?
Okay.
I tried that, tried to do my birth certificate stuff. And I got to a point where like I was getting ready to do some things. I talked to someone in my family who has she's been in practice now as long as I've been alive in law. And she does very prominent work. And I spoke with her. And, you know, we had a real come to Jesus moment or whatnot, because I used to work for her back in the day. So it's like I knew certain things. And so she was like, well, yeah, this is what it is. And what are you going to do with that? And I was like, America's this and that. And I'm yelling. And she's like, okay, so what you going to do though? And just remember, what is eminent domain? Since you know all of these things. And it hit me, man. It as much as I put every thought and aspect about what I was going to try to do into my company and how I was just going to like get these lines of credit and I'm gonna put a lien on my name for this and this. Like, they come and lock you up and they take you away because you've been doing, like you're saying, like this sovereign citizen stuff, like, which is not a thing, but it is a thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
it's a thing if you got the money for it.
It's a but you already know, how can you be a sovereign citizen
living on somebody else's land? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That stuff is like,
so like, yeah. And so I went down that, and it was deep for me, man. Like I was at a lot of you know, missed a lot of haircuts type stuff, man. People looking at me like, my lady, like, oh no, man.
He went full
out. I went full out, man. You know, because like I was seeing the stuff like there was a movie called What the Health, right? I worked at the USDA. I was seeing that stuff over a matter of 2 years, maybe not all condensed like that in the 2 hours, but I was seeing that stuff. So once I saw that, I was like, oh no.
So did you have a business plan before you LLC?
I didn't even have a business plan. And that's what I mean. Like, it was fear driven. It was truth. And like, and that was another part, even in the scriptures, man, Ecclesiastics. It says, you know, wisdom will make a man angry or mad. Once you find out the truth and you realize everything isn't everything, like when kids find out Tooth Fairy not real and Santa Claus not coming down the chimney, and all that stuff, like you feel a certain way.
Okay, so what made you LLC the art part rather than doing what everybody else? Because it sounded like you had caught it sounded like you had caught a wave that a lot of people was catching in that post or pre-pandemic coming into the pandemic. Like a lot of truths and stuff is starting to get exposed.
Yeah.
And then you seen like one thing I always like to say is, with America being a corporation of business, you get more breaks, you get more resources when you interact with America from a business standpoint rather than a citizen. Like a business has way more
advantages
than just a regular citizen. Okay, so what is a regular citizen? Anybody who files a W-2.
Yep. Absolutely.
Anybody who files a W-2 and don't have anything on the side of that generating income, you would be considered a regular citizen.
You're a liability.
And taken advantage of.
Yeah, because you're literally a liability because you signed aboard the social
constructs.
Yeah, construct agreement.
And contracts.
Yeah, and contracts, like, and your parents do it. They sign you off every time you're born. Birth certificates. So it's well known. Like, and this has been going on for, I guess, like at least 75 years, I guess, how they are doing it. Because, debt.
Mm-hmm.
We owe people energies. That's why they always want to create jobs.
But that's getting into them theories. I want to start moving into like the actual structure of your business.
Okay, so the actual structure of my business is I am a small S corp.
Okay.
I am a small closed S corp.
But you filed as an LLC.
Yes, and my LLC is under my S corp.
What's the S corp called? If you don't mind me asking.
WWiii Art.
Okay.
WWiii. Okay. Like, it's still the same thing, and it's in that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's how it is. And it's me right now, and like I said, I'm still learning and getting my vehicle together. But like, that's how I have it set up, and there are other things that I'm still learning about it. So it's a lot of, like, for me, I've been building my spaceship and flying it at the same time. Like, the stuff I know, it's like, okay, well, I'll go do it. And then, like, my thing is consistency. I'm not as consistent as I would like to be on just tying up the loose end, like making sure I can build up stuff so I can have better lines of credit and those things. Like, I really struggle at that, and like I'm trying to get better at that.
Yeah, so. And I'm glad outside of the LLC, structurally, what do you have? Like, do you have your DUNS number? Do you have your EIN number?
Yes, I have those things. Yes, I have.
Registered with the Better Business Bureau?
Yes,
that's
I am.
Free to do. That's free.
Yes, that is free to do.
Better
yes.
Business, it's free. You just have to continuously update your
account. And that's what I have to do. Like, so those type of things. This is why, like I said, having people that believe in what you're doing is very important, because and being able to, like, take, like, what I'm saying, I used to get offended. Mm-hmm. Like, so when I would hear my business, I'm like, my business don't got this. You think you're better than me? It's like, why am I acting like that?
Yeah,
like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I don't know if anybody else do that, but it's
a lot of people do. But
it's like, man, you get told, oh, you got your little business. My little business.
It is little. Yeah. Like, you literally the only employee, but you the owner.
Like be proud of that. Like
and skill up. You feel me? I get what you said. Yeah. Okay. So you do have your DUNS number.
Yes.
You do have your EIN.
Yes.
Okay. And you are incorporated. So one thing I wanted to say on that, and I may be wrong on this, but I don't. So for you to have a LLC under an S corp, something has to be changed. Like, within the name would have to be changed from. So,
but I don't have literally on my LLC. I have LLC.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, for you to have that, like, you can't have an S corp and then promote as an LLC. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're two separate things, and then this is like the umbrella.
Okay. So what made you create the S corp?
Knowing that you can get more with that, and like he was saying, like, what you were saying earlier, it was perfect. Like, you'll have more advantages as far as, like, the more you do business, but certain types of businesses, you have certain advantages.
Fact.
So, like, with the S corp, I like the advantage of, I have to go back to it, but right offhand, I can't think, which is trash, because we're on the podcast. I should have this stuff prepared. Matter of fact, I think I might have it in my notes. I'm gonna go to my notes. Did write my notes down. Hold on. The double taxation. Yes, the double taxations. You know what I'm saying? And it was shares. I'll be able to also eventually get my stuff out to where I can get shares on stocks. So that's what I want to do too, where like now, you know, the public is being able to invest. So yeah, that was one of the things. I was like, I know I got in there. My bad. So
okay. Oh no, you are good. So okay, so from that, you are right. From an accountant's perspective, because that's why I asked about it. Because most people turn the LLC into that S corp, because you really get those tax benefits from the S corp once you start making a lot of money. So once you start pushing at 100K plus a year, that's when those benefits really kick in. So where it's like, okay, you shooting yourself in the foot still under this LLC. You need to go ahead and S corporate. You feel me? Okay, so with the LLC, because from what, like, from the outside looking in, you have a product based business. You're selling products, correct?
Yes.
So with those products, it should you can get a lot of line of credit. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like after you LLC'd it, was the next step figuring out how to get cost of production as low as possible, or were you just trying to promote? What was your next step?
My next step was really just like trying to promote my services and products for real.
So you wasn't even tripping over like that painting cost me $10 to make, so I need to sell it for 50.
Nah, it wasn't even about that. It was just more so like, and this is what I mean by like my principles and stuff, man, the money, because like how I grew up, I lost my mother early, so I had to get out of, like, I didn't care about money. Because it's like, I care about the moments and the people. Okay. More so than money. So it's like, people got a lot of stuff off on me.
Yeah, because I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like, so it's like, oh, you know, God got me. He shows me great favor. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of the people that got a lot of stuff off on me, that's all they got. And that's all they got to show for it. And, you know, it's like, well, yeah, you did do that one time. And it was one time. But still over here, I'll build another.
So now you balancing it out though. Like
yes,
saying,
there is for material matters, money handles all things. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it does. But there is nothing better than a good name. That's above.
I do have a kind of side question. Was it hard transitioning from like a worker's mentality to a business mentality?
Yes, it's always that, because your expectations are different. Your expectations are really different, and like you are now, it's on you for real. No one, like, and if you really see how limited you are. That's why it's funny when they call it the LLC. You really see how limited you are.
That's deep, right there.
And really see how much of a liability you are. Ooh. You really do see it. Ooh. You really do.
That's deep.
Because if you're not getting that you don't already have the money, it's rough. So you're kind of like, it's almost like a double bind, because you probably like want to keep like another job or have other side jobs or other little side quests stuff to bring in your money, you know, to throw it all in that business. But then do you still have the fortitude to stay disciplined to grow that business, to scale that business? You know what I'm saying? And you know, especially when that money coming from those other side is, you know what I'm saying, like side jobs and stuff, and it's coming, and it's coming. And now your time is compromised. So it's like, man, shoot, I'm getting it over here, or now they talking about making me salary. You still gonna have that same energy to grow your own business? Or now you like working for people because it's already laid out for you. You still gonna develop your vehicle? Or you gonna let it go now because you bringing in, oh, it's fine, man, I bought in like 40K off of this for the year. But you know, you reached the money goal. You reached your money goals. But are you going to be disciplined and still put that into what you're building?
Did you see that as a challenge coming into it?
Still a challenge. Yes. It's always going to be a challenge for me right now. And I can't wait to thank God that it's no longer a challenge.
But see that's why, like, that's why when I chose to get out here, my first move was when it comes to the social media marketing, just building my network.
Yeah,
was to start networking with people like you, like artists, entertainers, because I seen that like I tell people this: for you to get as good as you are at your craft as an artist or entertainer, you have to avoid a lot of the business concepts that came with it, because the time it took to develop that craft, you weren't even thinking about the business.
Exactly.
But the time it's going to take to catch that business lack thereof up to the craft is going to be almost the same amount of time you took into developing that craft.
It definitely will.
And that's why your network is so important, because with you building your network, it's like a lot of the stuff that you're doing for the structural fundamental side of your business is not you. You working backwards when you got a few people around you that's been there, done that. You just allow them to set that up for you, to where you do what you're really good at. And that's why, like, that was the glitch in the market that I seen. A lot of artists didn't have the business mindset, and on the other end, a lot of business people didn't have the artistry. So like, I can't dance. Like I could two-step. You feel me? I could do a little, rhythm thing, but as far as like break, it feels so weird to me. But like that's something that makes me socially awkward. Like I'm the type to where I'm gonna find my corner and just sit in my corner and be by myself. But I said all that to ask this question.
Okay.
As of today, how has your business evolved from 2016 to now?
It's evolved in the sense of we really now have truly a target-based audience. Like, we know where we want to hit at. And that's so important, knowing where you want to hit at, because it might take you around. Like, you may think you want to do something, and then you start doing it, and it's like, nah, let me revisit this thing, or, let me go about it a different way, or let me try a different audience. But like, really knowing, like, no, this is what we do versus trying to be Walmart. And certain people might want to be Walmart, but no, this is what we do, and that's it, and it's this much.
So when you started,
having not to cut you, sorry.
No,
you. Basically knowing, all right, this is what we do, this is all we do, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is how much it's going to cost whoever.
That's this is what, right there.
Like whatever, and this is how, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't care if it is extra.
So okay.
Or yes, I'll do that, but it is extra. You know what I'm saying? Like,
are you still trading your time for that compensation?
Yes.
Okay, so why aren't? Okay, so
in the sense of if you're the artist,
okay,
that's what I mean. Like, if you're the artist, you are.
Meaning, like, so what I mean by that, so like, because people around me was telling me what I was printing on shirts, my affirmations and stuff I put on clothes is considered art. But I was going against it, because I'm like, no, I'm looking at this completely different. I'm not looking at the strokes that I'm using for this or this and that. I'm looking at X amount. It cost me X amount to make these shirts, and I'm selling it for this. This is the profit margin.
Yep.
Right now, how are you doing that? Like, are you okay?
So that's the side. That's the side I'm really like trying to get down.
Okay.
So for me, what I hear is, this is the skill set that I have, and that I'm compromising my time, and this is why it's going to be worth that much, because I'm this cold at it. And no one else can do this, or they can, but you believe in what I'm doing. So this is why.
Can I challenge that mindset?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. And not even challenge it, just throw like little nuggets in there to maybe just tweak it a little bit. Like, when you put that much personal feeling into the business, it's hard to see those pivoting moments.
Yes.
So where you at now, that was the energy ride or roller coaster that you needed to get to this point. To get to where you're structured enough to host your own art event. And congratulations to that.
Thank you.
Art event. Was that your first art event?
Yeah, that was my for what I'm trying to do. Yes.
So for you to get from like not even really having a business concept to you hosting your own art event,
yes,
like that's a lot of steps you had to take to get up in there.
And especially like how it folded, because it folded back in 2000. Like it, like organically, I had at least like 122 tickets sold. I had like 2 chefs. You know, the reason why I was called a dope art show is because like I was actually like um in partnership with non-for-profit people, elite home growers.
Okay.
Shout out to my guy Zach Post, man, like excellent brother. I want to try to get him down here as well, get him in the heart.
Definitely.
Yeah, like man, like just within the medical and recreational or medical side, like a marijuana, like Black business, you know, like. But working with them, did a mural for him at his establishment. Nice, they liked it, and so you know we like, hey, can I throw an art show? And he was like, sure, love that. And it was going to be great.
See, and okay, now that's where I want us to stay at. So let's talk about that. So that process of that customer came and found you, requested you do a project on consignment. So did they pay you up front for it?
No. It wasn't even. So what I did for him was because like this was we go back, like we grew up together, like product normally, like.
So you did that for free, basically.
Yeah, for the love.
Okay.
And that's how it is, like how I am, and that's the art side. So, and I understand that, but that's also the spiritual side for me, where it comes into if you're going to show, if you want friends or if you're going to network, you have to show yourself friendly.
Well, in business, you don't have friends. You
have exactly, and so that's how, you know what I'm saying, I'm using that in the sense of allies.
Okay, so what? Okay.
Because you have business partners or you have business
you
allies.
Leaving it open for people to just take advantage of you, even the people that is
close
to be friends.
That is true, and this is why, if they do that, what are they called?
See, is
when you do that. I'm just saying, when a person does that, that will be called bad business moves, right?
But not necessarily.
If they take advantage, if they take. So I'm saying in the sense of, because as businessmen, right? This is one thing all businessmen have. They have principles, right? The deal is on the table and the deal is structured how the deal is. If you take advantage of me from a business standpoint, like you won, right? But morally, because there is no feeling in business, they'll be like, this is what he's willing to do to get that. And that amongst men goes around. Like, will everybody do business with Donald Trump? Will everybody do business with Diddy?
Yes.
Do everybody
they got the financial funding, like.
But I'm saying everybody won't do business.
But they
with
will.
Diddy.
They will, because that's where.
And that's where I believe that in the part of the system, I don't believe that.
But see, that's
and even how it shows.
That's you allowing your personal belief systems and personal feelings to get in the way of what business is. And what I mean by that is this, right? Like business is only as good as the contract.
Yes.
And that goes into, without saying everything I really want to say, that goes into people are going to treat you how you want them, how you let them treat you, how you allow them to treat you.
Yes.
So if a person take advantage of you in business, it's because you 9 times out of 10 are so focused on the relationship side of it, to where you're not seeing the contract is being left open to interpretation. So now they can do whatever.
Okay, I see what you mean. No, I'm meaning like,
but what I mean is like, rather than stepping back and saying, okay, let's put the business side first, because the business side is what structured the friendship. Meaning, if I do everything I need to do to make sure this contract between us is solid, the agreement and communication is perfect, then as this business is being handled, it strengthens
then that's not bad business. That's not bad business.
But
I
the way
agree
you
with
described it was the
okay. So
way.
maybe I said so. I probably said something wrong because
I'm looking at the example you just gave.
Okay,
right?
so that's what I'm saying. I probably gave a bad example because
no, you gave a perfect example to talk because that's the difference between artists and business people. Like,
and I can see that.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help you. Like,
I guess what I was trying to get at in the sense of like, okay, I want to take what you said. Like, if let's say, all right, just for example, like you bring me aboard, like I'm gonna be your first person, and I'm gonna give you $1 million, right? I'm like, $1 million US dollars, you gonna give me that like today, as soon as I sign this contract, right? And you like, yeah, you gonna sign? And I'm like, and all we gotta do is do this show. And this is all and we talk about this, right? And me and you shake hands, right? Like literally, let's shake hands. And I'm like, oh, great. Hey y'all, X says you gonna do this, that, and I sign. And then I do the show, and then you don't give me $1 million. That's bad business on your behalf.
I can see where you
and that's what I was meaning. And so from that, and that's what I'm talking about, like your name now.
But see, I'm saying that's more shark business than bad business.
Okay, so because remember I was telling you I didn't know the lingo, so that's what I mean.
That's more like you just sharking it out. You really So good business is this. Good business is I have $1 million for you to do this event.
Yes.
And then you say, okay, perfect. I would love to do that event. These are my tribulations.
Yeah.
Stipulations. I can't even say it right.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Like stipulation of what we're doing.
We keep it on this.
Okay.
We keep it on this. And so the good business part was, okay, without you step back, right?
Yeah.
You see this, you like, okay, look, we not finna write no contract out. I'm finna go back, talk to my agent, talk to my people. I'm gonna give you a list of deliverables, things I need, and you give me a list of your deliverables, what you require, and the things that you need. And then we'll put this into a contractual form. And then we come back and discuss this deal again at a later date or even at a few hours from now. But you don't just
rushing inside.
But see, that's the artistry getting ahead of
so the business. Would that be called good business practice?
What I just described? Yes, that's
okay. So that's what I mean. That's okay.
That's good business practice on your end,
and
my end, because.
So we're saying the same thing essentially on what I was trying to mean, like, basically being a person of your word.
Yeah. So and I'm saying it's good business. It's better business on your end to take words out of it.
Yes.
So what I mean by that is like,
absolutely.
Like you have more the responsibility to make sure the contract everything is spelled out.
I agree 100%.
So it can't. So if somebody take advantage of you and you can't sue them, the federal government can't do, or the IRS can't come mess with them. Then that's good business.
Yes, I agree.
You just conducted yourself
poorly in trying to find the. Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, so I was coming more so from a character aspect of it. Like, I'm not going to work with someone regardless if they have money. If your character is off, I'm not going to deal with you.
But see, what if your business requires for you to do that?
Then I still won't do it.
So you would let your business sink rather than doing what your business needs?
I'll find somebody else who is credible. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but like seriously, like I don't want to work with sharks. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have to be a shark and all those things, I'm just not going to deal with it. It's like, there's other people out here that they may not have all the skill sets you have, but, like, we'll get to it. We'll get, like, and for me, it's worth it.
Okay.
Like, I'm willing to take the long road. There are some people who, like, nah, bro, that's fine. And I'm not going to knock that. I'm just saying, like, hey, I like building organically this way with this brother right here. I'd much rather build with you than tomorrow if Joe Rogan comes and picks me up and be like, hey, Joe, what's up, man? I saw what you and X did. And I told you I was going to meet with you and we was gonna have lunch and these things. I'm like, oh no, hey, I ain't call you for 2 weeks. Like, oh man, my bad. I was. He picked me up in a limo. We blew back heavy and everything, dog. He gave me just 2 pounds coming on his show. Like,
those people don't even last in business long.
And
so
that,
you don't have to worry about that.
And so that's the type of energy and the things that I'm meaning is like, I don't need all of that.
Yeah.
I want people that's about, you know what I'm saying, doing it the right way. Even if we haven't done it the right way, we're still trying to get it right so we can move forward. And we're going to help each other and we're going to help our communities.
Exactly.
Because that's what it's about. If you're not doing that, we're wasting time.
You're working backwards.
Yeah, because in the deal, you get all this money and you ain't going to share it with nobody. The way the economy's going, everybody around you, they're going to come and get you.
Exactly.
It's just what it is.
So you open a rabbit hole for me to jump down. I have to catch myself.
Like, please do,
don't
bro.
Jump. Don't jump. I'll be like, so that's on like we got to structure it because I jump down there with you, man. So so I want to get into the nitty gritty real quick for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So you're an artist who sells your painting. Who sells your work.
Yes, I sell my work and I also sell my services.
Okay, so with that, do you have a structured list of how you sell your art? Not talking about the services, just the art. So like what I mean by that is a canvas, right? You have a canvas that size. You have 3 different size canvases, and all those canvas sizes are sold at different points. So the smallest canvas is sold at $10. The biggest canvas, bigger 50, biggest 100. And then you just work off of that. So it don't matter how you get what I'm saying.
Like do I have a set price basically for everything? No, not at the moment. No, I don't.
So how are you pricing your work?
Because I do murals.
Okay.
So it's like depending upon the size of the mural, where you want it at.
You estimating that cost right there on the spot?
Yeah, when I go and I look at it, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a booking fee.
Okay.
You know, like the time I'm going to have to do, like if I'm coming into a room where, you know, like, do I have to move everything out of the way or can this be moved out of the way? Like we have to look at, you know, like the accessibility, you know, like you want me to paint on you know, like that'll cost more if I have to paint this part of the ceiling versus this part of the wall.
So do you have anything that you're referencing that can help you structure that to be able to have a list?
Yeah, off of my own jobs that I've done. I'm like, well, typically, like, if you want something done, like, we'll meet. And because it's not a one, I do, but I don't really try to like one size fits all.
And that's why you got 3 different sizes so people can find where they
you can kind of figure out. Yeah, I do kind of have it. Yeah, from like negotiable standpoints where it's like I'm willing to negotiate.
I'm saying you want those 3 fixed prices because that gives the person, that lets the person know where they fall into your price structure.
Yes, I do give them a price range. Like typically this will run you, like if you wanted this size, typically we're looking at anywhere from this to this.
Okay.
And
do you have that structured out for people to read without you saying it?
No. Okay, no, I don't. No, I don't. And the reason why I don't is because I feel like I'll put myself in a box.
You want to be in a box because you can always work your way outside of that box.
Okay.
You need to categorize yourself so people know how to address you.
Okay. And so I do understand what you mean by that. And I agree. And this is why, from the standpoint why I said I didn't want to put myself in the box, because then I get to make up my own box.
But first you need to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the starting point is that you want me to do a mural. And that's how I'm looking at it.
Okay.
So it's like you want me to do a mural because you see I do murals. So it's like, where do you want me to do the mural at? Because typically if I do a mural that you know what I'm saying, you saw the mural that I did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, it's that size. So you wanted that size? You know how much that was? It was this.
See, so okay, let me ask you this. Next year, how much do you want to make in a year?
Next year, how much would I like to make in a year?
What is your goal for next year?
My goal for next year is to make at least 50.
Okay.
50 grand.
So, okay. That's reasonable. That's definitely reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about all of the money you passed up by not having that structured list available for people to look at.
I could feel that. So basically, that will be me working 4 times.
What do you mean?
Next year, coming up in 2025, if I make 50 grand, I work 4 times.
Like 4 projects?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's like to give you a rate of like how or scale with the murals and those type of things. Like it's pretty big.
Okay.
And it's pretty big projects and like and like even like the programs that I have. Like these are like after school programs or like I'm legit teaching schools for the entire year after school program
And
with their art.
You're running that through your LLC?
Yes.
You should, in my opinion, you should be running that through a nonprofit.
Okay.
Because
well,
that
all right. Well,
you up. So
all right.
You should. I tell people you should have a LLC, a nonprofit.
I was nervous for a non. I heard so much about nonprofits, and when I originally did my LLC, I was concerned about nonprofits because how it was structured. But then I had recently found out that the NFL was non-for-profit, and they had changed to for-profit like within the past 5 years or so, and that blew my mind.
Nonprofits are the federal government's best.
Was it 501c3 or something like that? Because that's why
that's a not-for-profit.
Okay. So that's get me together, bro.
So you have a nonprofit.
Okay.
That's like the literal name of the document you assign the nonprofit, and then the 501c3 is more. If I had to briefly explain, it's like an independent nonprofit.
Thank you.
Basically, you just
helped me so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I was like, I don't want to come off like a church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's offering time. You know what I'm saying?
It's literally like non-profit.
Okay.
And then it's not for profit.
All right.
So the not for profit is a 501c3.
Bro, like you really just seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
and so they've just the biggest difference is
I might scrap my company tomorrow. Like I'm not even playing. Like it's not, but you know, I'm just
and it's really branching it off.
Yeah,
it's branching off because if you're running programs and you're talking about kids or schools, that's a lot of federal money that you could be getting just for running those programs. And that could just cycle through to helping the LLC or piggybacking off of the LLC or let the LLC piggyback off of that.
So you're really like that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like that's what's done, you know.
And by the way you how
so
artistry you are like I don't think you even like business. I think you just like producing shit, getting paid for it, and just not working jobs. Like I think that's really where it's at.
That's really where it's at for me. Like, cause I don't care. Like the work is the work. Like we can talk about business and all those things, but it's like it's principle. Like, you gotta work this business.
So see, that's
get the work done.
That's why you should really connect with like a me or the Pal.
Yes,
because
absolutely
we can take over all of that. Like if you charging, you said 4 projects for 50 bands, that's $15,000 to $20,000 a project. If you charging that much for a project, you need some accountants, financial advisors around you.
Yes,
because
and I haven't even like without cutting you off, I haven't even gotten into like my product side. Because I'm going to market, like I'm going to have a Crayola. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to be Crayola. You know what I'm saying? For our community. We're going to have WWiii pens, markers, paintbrushes, easels. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, this is no, we're gonna know how to do storyboards. We're gonna know how to character build. We're gonna know how to do like old school framing. We're gonna know, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna know how to paint. It's fun. It's easy for me. And so like you say, just finding those people who can handle your flank. That's all, because everybody got a hospital gown on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this business, man. And you got to have people who can just keep that end tied up for you, and that's dope at it. And that comes with trust. That comes with trust over time. And like you say, we talked about earlier, just bringing back full circle, filling them out, seeing if they have good business practices, and those things like that. So, you know, like we definitely, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. And like, I'm extra glad I did this.
And you at the right place. Like, yeah, man, even with the LLC here, us here at the Heartland St. Louis Black Chamber of Commerce, we literally specialize in it. So like since you got the LLC established, because a lot of people like this is what I shouldn't even say it, but I'm gonna say it because it's my podcast. This is what I really loved about Trump administration when he ran this first term.
You're allowed to say that? That's if it happened. Was that man not the president? Hey man, we got to get over all this stuff. Look, man, all of this stuff is trash anyway. Hell, the money ain't even real. We print our own money. It's about business.
But and when he was in, a lot of our people opened up or started that LLC, and what they didn't realize is LLC. Just from starting that LLC, you've built a history, and that can easily translate into a credit history or a tax history. Mm-hmm. But you just having that LLC for 3+ years, it just opens you up to all type of grants, all type of stuff. Even if you really haven't conducted any business, like when we think about the SBA, the small business loans that came out, the biggest criteria or the most challenging criteria was you had to have your LLC officially registered with your state for like 2 or 3 years or something like that. That was the biggest criteria. If you
I ain't gonna lie, I was scared of that and I did not take part in it. And I tripped because I was like, if it happened again,
it ain't gonna happen again. It's not like that.
But I know.
Not like that.
I know. I was like,
they fucked that all the way up. Yeah.
And they still got people. They made a whole committee to go out and
they coming for you.
I know. For you. And and that's what I mean by I'm glad I didn't, because I don't have to worry about, even if I did do something right, if I didn't read everything correctly and they coming after me. And even if it was an accident, and if I didn't write down that it was an accident how it was supposed to be written down like it was an accident, they're coming to get me.
Man, they made the criteria and the requirements for like getting through those loans so easy. All you had to do was just be a legitimate business, conducting business, and you was good. But what happened here in St. Louis was a lot of scammers had caught on to the process of filling out the SBA loan before the small businesses really did. And so a lot of them scammers was coming, I got this, and that. I just need this, and that. But they was literally just filling out an SBA loan, tricking you thinking it was a scam. And then boom. So a year later, they knocking on your door like, what's up with it? What's up with it? You feel me? Like
none of them problems. Boy.
Yeah, it got crazy. I got hit with one of them scams. That's how I'm able to do it and talk about it.
Man, I'm glad you got through that thing, man. But you know, this business is business, man. It's coming whether you red or blue. It's still.
But yeah, I even brought that up because I just liked how. Like we finna have a lot of opportunity coming our way, especially because we got those LLCs registered. And so
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, we've been talking for like an hour or some change now.
Okay.
I like this conversation because it was like a clash of business and artistry, and I think people need to see this because
they do.
The whole compass of my social media marketing business is based off the fact of a lot of businesses do not network with artists for that affiliate marketing piece, for that brand engagement piece. I'm like,
and that needs to happen. Like it's not oil and water. It's just night and day, but it's still a day. And we have to understand like the balances. And so like, be okay with getting pushback about your stuff. Like if you're prepared and you've been doing the work, you're going to stand on yours and feel confident and even be open to more, like we talked about how I was open. Now I'm more open to criticism. Like, your business ain't shit. Okay, well, help me get it.
And
help me get it. Are you good at it? Because no, I'm trash at it. Because I don't even want to run it. If seriously, because you could probably run it better. I just know what I want. And if you can give me what I want, run it. Because I'm going to be at home with my kids. That's what the white people do. But they got that from us anyway because we gave it to them. Because we like materials. We like shiny stuff. You know, whips and chains. What they get is with whips and chains.
I'm telling you. And that's why I became a financial advisor.
Yeah, man.
That's why I went back to school for my accounting, because I was doing business administration, but I was like, no, we switching to accounting to understand the economic system.
Yeah.
That's why I got the life insurance license to save the next generation. I don't have to mess with this current generation too heavy. Like, a lot of stuff was based off of that. Like,
yeah, I'm hearing all type of stuff now, man, where it's like, because, you know, it's so much information that goes through social media. You hear about, like, do the Rothschild life insurance policy where you borrow off of the trust.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Exactly, man. So and I know stuff like that exists, you know, with just, because it's perpetual ways to get income. And I'm for it if it's available.
But see, that's where people miss the boat. It's not about getting the income. We come across money all the time. I tell people all the time, a homeless person come across at least $1,000 a month just by begging for it. It's about how we invest and how we protect that money.
Yeah, like, man, keep it.
Like, have you ever heard of an annuity?
Yes, I have. But
the first time I heard of an annuity was last year.
I heard of an annuity, right?
Man,
but I don't know what it is.
Man, annuity is just, and how can I explain it without saying too much? An annuity is just another way to invest your money for retirement. So say you just came across $100,000.
Yeah.
You can put your stuff into you can put that $100,000 into an annuity that'll pay you a stipend a month, just like how the a pension would do. That annuity would do. So you just say, I got $100K
a day.
Like, and then every month just give me $2,000 from this annuity, and then over the years, once it ends. But now, instead of you having that $100K possibly blowing it off, what you're doing is giving it to another financial institution and being like, here, protect this money. You get regulations and stuff like that, and I just want this a month.
Sound like the parable of the Messiah.
You can even start taking some of that money and investing it into different type of investment vehicles. Like, it's all different type of annuities. You
like that.
You and your wife, y'all can get together on an annuity.
Yeah,
and that's low key better than a trust fund for the kids.
She loves money. Well, I wouldn't say love money, but she likes money. Yeah, you're not supposed to love.
I love money because I know my heart not tainted.
Well, the only reason why I say love is that for the love of money. So that's why I say money. We shouldn't love, because love, just from, hear me out when I say this. Love, as I'm finding out, the definition of love is keeping of one's commandments.
That's deep.
That's all love is.
That's deep.
If you love somebody, you'll keep their commandments. It's true. Deep. It's true. It's like you love your child. What's the commandment of the child? Be there for them. Make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that they're provided for. You'll never, you know what I'm saying, compromise them. You know what I'm saying? Those things. So that's love. Love is an action. Love is a commandment. Perfect love is. You know what I'm saying? So like this spiritual stuff, G, like, I've been sat down. I've been like truly humbled, man. Like, and I still got a long way to go because I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
And that's scaring me, shit.
I don't know nothing,
you wise in my eyes. And
man, I know nothing. Man. I know nothing.
You make me want to go up on a rock now.
Hey, man. Because look, my mother told me, he who has the most money and dead, still dead.
That's deep.
Yeah. So it's like, we want to have the money. It's the greatest defense to have and all of those things. But where is it going? Because I can build a $7 billion business and I have it all set up for my family. And I leave and I die and my family kill each other over it. And it was there for them to enjoy. So it's like, yeah, we definitely want to leave legacies and all that. But if we don't know what game we playing, if we don't know the rules, we don't know how to follow the rules of running good business practices, then there's no point of having this money because it's going to do more harm than good. Like, we have to learn how to be responsible first for ourselves and our souls, because that's what we got. Especially before we start sharing or communicating or coming under one contract together doing business. That's why we have to make sure we agree and align. It's spiritual. It's all spiritual. Good business. This is good business. This is great business.
It was.
This is blessed, bro.
Hey, it was, man.
Real,
it
man.
Was.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you for ending it like that. I usually got to do it at exit outro, but you just
man.
took it
all
right
praises to the Most High, man. That's I give it up.
Thank you for that, because you just touched me with that, boy. Thank you, man. Thank you.
We got touched,
man.
No kidding.
All right, I know we've been talking for a minute.
Man, thank you.
Man, I feel like we should have had that whole notebook filled, but
yeah, we should have. I was supposed to be writing out. I ain't writing down nothing.
But
man.
I gotta work on like how I walk people down that path, because we was a lot of stuff. It just was scattered all over the place.
Yeah.
But that's because I was trying to complement your artistry. I wasn't trying to let my business just keep us in a boring conversation. No. I'm just trying to piggyback.
This is exciting for me because I'm learning it. So it feels new. Like artists, I get excited talking about because I know it, but I feel like I don't want to come off as like a know-it-all with the art, because really art is
in business, you gotta have the type of confidence of, I know what I'm talking about. That's why you buy me.
And so that's what, and this is why I love this, because that's a practice. You feel me?
That's deep.
So deep. Business is just practice.
That's deep.
Art is just practice.
I was literally just saying,
and the more you practice, the better you get. It doesn't miss, man. Like, the more we keep this stuff simple, you know what I'm saying? They try to make it all complex, man. Nah, man, this stuff is simple.
That's why I didn't come. I had a whole plan. I'm like, I'm finna get a whiteboard. I'm gonna have 2 markers. We finna be taking all this. But then I'm like,
I love that. Like, I would love to do that too. And we probably can. We probably definitely can.
As I grow.
But right now, as we grow. No, we're going to do this again. Have me on again, bro.
We having part 2, definitely.
Okay, please. Because
my whole plan with this is like, every 6 months to a year or a few months, come back and check back in with that business to see the growth.
Please do.
This, I wanted to keep this formal because I'm gonna have big discussion groups, and then that's when all of the whiteboards and all of the notes and minutes.
Hopefully next time I'm in a 3-piece with that thing, I'm like, X, you know what I'm saying? When I
look, the channel finna pop. You gonna have to. You gonna have 100,000 people looking at you the next one.
Saying, like, I'm coming in on live, like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Turn this off, man. Turn this off.
I would have a teleprompter.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Good evening.
But all right, make sure y'all go check out the website, bigflexoverdose.com. We have some really awesome merch there. Put affirmations on clothes, so they'll help you, and you never know, they may help somebody around you just by reading. Have some amazing candles that smell really well. That's the setup. I ain't make none today, but that's the next one.
Right on.
Other than that, do you have any shout outs? I know you just you said your art show events. The Dope Art Show.
The Dope Art Show, that's going to be a seasonal thing. The next one we're looking into is going to be coming around early summer, or maybe even late spring, or late spring, early summer, however you want to say it. Looking for venues for that now. Shouts out, of course, to X bringing me on. Shouts out to the Heartland, Black Business of Commerce. Like, you want to get money with Black people.
Break your ass down here.
I mean, we talk about it, but Malcolm X been told you, why they get rid of him and King, but that's another story. They finally realized the burning house. But I mean, Psalms 83, read it, figure out what them nations are, that type of stuff, I don't know. But let's see, who else I want to shout out? I want to shout out you guys for listening. Thank you.
Definitely appreciate it.
I'm working to get better, hold us accountable. We're going to be consistent in being accountable. Man, God is good. Follow me on Instagram, WW Roman numeral 3. So that's I. Art. So it's gonna look like World War III art, but it's not. It's William White III Art LLC, and that's on Instagram where you can find me. And I think Tumblr, WW3, same thing. Facebook, WW3, and yeah. I love art. I love my family more. And I love God more than that. So that's all I got.
So if you like this podcast episode, please like, share, and subscribe, and send it to somebody you think that can that may get value from it, especially another artist. Because I feel like y'all think alike. So
yeah, we do, man. We do.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Boom. Just knock that out.
Yes, sir.